Hello Green Shoppers! Welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. Para sa lahat po ng mga new explorers tsaka newly discovered pa lang po sa akin channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be updated with my future videos. So para sa araw na ito, let us continue to discuss the world of Practical Research 1 or the Qualitative Research. Specifically, our topic for this morning is all about body of research. This is actual demonstration, so welcome to my video number 191. So good morning once again, Golden Shoppers. So ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is ano nga ba ang body of a research, okay? So at the same time, makikita ninyo ngayon sa inyong screen, you are facing the Microsoft Word, which is actually I'm preparing to you a sample of our research discussion for this morning. So at least you could be able to understand immediately ano ang pag-uusapan natin sa umagang ito. So first thing na ating i-discuss for this morning is all about the margin. Okay, so ano nga ba ang margin in the first place? Speaking of margin, margin for binding purposes and is in copying, observe the following. So ito yung standard according to the published books and everything else ng mga materials. Okay? So accordingly, ang margin natin sa ating research, left and top, okay, portion sa ating paper ha, left and top, 1 and 1/2 inches. Okay? Yan ang kanyang measurement. Sa right side naman at saka sa bottom, 1 inch, okay? But usually, ang ginagamit talaga sa mga schools and institutions here in the country is dito lang. Nakikita nyo ngayon yung cursor ko. Ito yung left side kasi na tinutukoy natin, which is 1.5, and the rest of the part, dito na portion sa top, sa right side, at saka sa bottom part is actually 1.0 na talaga yan dyan lahat. Okay, so papaano ba natin i-check ang ating margin in the first place? Gamit ang Microsoft Word na kung saan you are facing right now. So first thing is, you have to click the page layout. Nakikita nyo ngayon yung cursor ko sa aking laptop. Ito sinicircle ko sa inyo yan. Nirarun ko yung aking cursor para makita ninyo. So now, you have to click this one. Yung page layout na ito, i-click nyo siya. So, pag-click nyo sa page layout, meron kayong makikitang margin dito sa portion na ito. Kasi we're talking about margin. So, dito sa portion na ito, makikita nyo margins. So, you have to click that one. And then, sa ibabang portion, kung makikita ninyo ngayon, merong salitang or nakalagay ditong custom margins kasi i-customize mo siya, okay, according to the standard measurement sa research. So you have to click custom margins. So lalabas ang page setup na ito na kung saan nakalagay ang ating margin. So isinet up ko na siya kagabi. In other standard, as I said, itong top na ito at saka yung left, magkatulad sila, 1.5 inches. Bakit po? Kasi usually sa ating mga, for example, kailangan mo pang ipabasa sa iyong mga panelist and i-edit pa nila yung output mo, sa itaas kasi yung fastener nakalagay. Okay, na-observe nyo? So that is the reason why usually talaga sa standard, nire-require nila si top at saka si left, magkatulad sila ng measurement. 1.5 inches talaga sila, okay? But if you are going to do the final printing na naman, I suggest na si top, si bottom at saka si right, magkatulad lang silang 1.0 and 1.5 si left. So, eto yung, dito mo makikita kung ang margin mo is na okay na for our standard na gagamitin. So, that's it. Okay, yan ang purpose ng margin. So, ibig sabihin, dahil i-check natin ngayon, eto na ang kanyang measurement. So, okay na ngayon ang ating paper. Okay, so kung ma-observe ninyo, malaki ang space dito sa left side kasi i-book bound mo yan, 'di ba? So dito dito ang portion, okay? So that is the reason why kailangan talaga 1 and 1/2 inches ang kanyang measurement para hindi matabunan ang mga text, okay, ng ating research. Particular care must be made to see that all tables, figures, and appendix materials met the margin requirements as well. So basically, it's not only sa chapter 1 to 5, it's not only sa preliminary pages, but all parts of your paper should follow, okay, that standard margin na sinasabi ko sa inyo a while ago. So, kailangan talaga ma-follow natin siya na kung saan, once again, sa ating left side, okay, ituturo ko sa cursor ngayon para ma-remind kayo na dito sa side na ito, this is the left side, tinutukoy ko 1.5, dito sa top area 1.0, 1.0 sa right area, and sa bottom portion of your paper 1.0 pa rin. So that's how we have to demonstrate our margin or the proper margin of our research paper. So now let's proceed with our discussion sa line spacing. Very important din ito. Aside from margins, we have to observe also our line spacing in research. So specifically, the definition of line spacing, double space is advised. Yun talaga ang nakalagay dito. Kailangan talaga naka-double space ang ating research. More than two spaces between paragraphs in one section of the report is unacceptable. Okay? Highlight natin, more than two spaces between paragraphs. Hindi siya katanggap-tanggap. Okay? So that is the reason why you have to focus pag nag-line spacing na tayo sa ating research, kailangan talaga naka-double space. So, i-perform ko siya ngayon para sa inyo in order for you to see kung paano siya ginawa. So, basically, pag meron kang mga changes sa yung paper, you should have to highlight that one. Okay, especially kung portion na yan, kailangan mong i-double space. So, ituturo ko sa inyo yung basic para makuha natin. So, punta ka ng home. So, I hope you are guided right now and you are opening also your Microsoft Word. Kasi sa home, makikita mo itong area na ito. Itong may paragraph na ito, right after you click home, may makikita kang paragraph dito na portion. Okay, so may arrow na papuntang direction down. Okay, i-click mo lang siya. Okay, so now, pag na-click mo na siya, automatically dito sa spacing mo makikita ang sinasabi nating line spacing or how we have to change our spacing. So, usually, ang hindi ko na tinatouch itong don't add space between paragraphs of the same style, okay? But ang kinokontrol ko lang is si before at saka si after. Kasi when you click this arrow sa line spacing natin, ang daming choices, correct? But usually, ang ginagamit talaga natin dito is single space. Sometimes may mga gumagamit ng 1.5 space or lines. And then we also have this double space for research. So basically, ang hiningi sa atin ng line spacing is talagang double space dapat. So you have to click that one, double space. So kagabi, isinet up po na po ang lahat ng ito para at least hindi na tayo mahirapan. So makikita mo naman sa preview yung face talaga ng research mo. Ito talaga yung pwedeng mangyari sa kanya. So right after na zero mo na siya, kailangan talaga naka-zero si before at saka si after. Okay, dito na area. So after that one, na na-zero mo na ito at saka na-change mo na ang line spacing dito, you have to click OK. Kasi kung hindi mo yan, for example single space ang ilagay ko, yan. So ito ang mangyayari ngayon. Okay? Ito ang mangyayari ngayon sa research mo, which is unacceptable yan accordingly. So you have to change. Balik natin yung kanyang formation kanina. Okay, so ito na ngayon. So we already clicked the double space. So right now, makikita ninyo ang nag-double space na siya. Yan. Okay, ito yung ibig sabihin or this is the correct format pag sinasabi na ding research talaga. Dapat you are following the double spacing. So right after na set up mo na ang line spacing, punta naman tayo sa indentations, okay? The first line of every paragraph should be indented. Okay, the first line, highlight natin ha, of every paragraph should be indented. So itong ibig sabihin nito, kasi this is one paragraph. Itong highlight ko ngayon, nakikita niyo, yan. That's one paragraph already. So, kung nakikita ninyo, itong portion na ito, yan ang sinasabi ng indentation. You have to indent or put indentations in every paragraph na iyong research paper. Okay, to emphasize na siya ang pinakaunang line for that particular paragraph. So, paano ba yan ginawa? I'll show you ha. Balikan natin. Backspace. Okay, sa backspace, nakikita nyo bumalik siya. Very easy lang yan. So, in order for you to count, kasi normally sa mano-mano or manual, count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 space. Ganyan siya. So, pag gusto mong madalian, you just have to click the tab. Click the tab. Okay, nasa sa ano nyo yan, sa keyboard niyo makikita, tab. When you click the tab, automatically nag-indent na siya. So, that should be observable or should be observed sa lahat ng paragraph sa iyong research paper. That is what you call the indentations na kailangan mong i-observe throughout your research paper. Now, puntahan naman natin ang right after na check mo na ang indentations ng iyong paper, meron din tayong konsepto ng endnotes at saka footnotes. I would like to highlight this one. Pero basically, pag pinag-usapan natin ang body of research, ma-observe natin ang endnotes. Okay? Anong ibig sabihin nito? Endnotes are used to document sources to amplify or qualify a statement or to make acknowledgements. Okay? So, ang endnotes po at saka ang footnote, very important po siya sa qualitative research. Kasi nga, ang pinopointer yan natin dito is the quality of our output. How we are going to support the information of our research. Okay? By means of putting additional information from that particular word, for example, or from that difficult line na napansin or nabanggit mo mismo sa iyong research paper. So, endnote and footnote. So, saan nga ba natin matatagpuan ang tinatawag nating endnotes or footnotes? Okay, simple lang po yan. So, nakaharap kayo ngayon sa inyong Microsoft Word, I am assuming. So, you have to click the references. Okay, so pag-click mo sa references, ayan. So, nakikita nyo ngayon yung cursor ko na nakaturo sa references. So, after clicking that one, makikita nyo dito sa portion ng footnotes na meron tayong insert endnote and meron din tayong insert footnote. Okay, I would like to show you a sample ko anong mangyayari ha. Because if you are going to click the footnote, ang mangyayari niya, okay, nandito ang cursor, nakikita nyo ngayon, nandito sa the world of business, dito ko nilagay ang aking cursor, correct? So when you click that one, automatically, sa page na yan, sa ibaba, ano nakikita nyo? Yan, meron siyang line, tapos meron siyang number 1. Diyan mo ngayon ilalagay ang mga supporting details, evidences, whatever descriptions that you can give for that particular word, for example. So, dyan siya lalabas sa mismong page. Meaning to say, kung saan mo nilagay ang cursor mo, sa baba ng page na yan, lalabas ang tinatawag nating footnote. Control Z ko muna ito para bumalik sa dating anyo. Okay. So, yan. So, nagbalik na tayo sa dating anyo. So, andito na siya sa the world of business again, ang cursor natin. So, nakita nyo ang difference ha, pumasok siya sa mismong page lang. Pero, kung si insert endnote naman ang ating i-click, okay? Pero same ang function niya ha, same lang ang function nito. Kaya lang, different yung kanilang positioning. Kasi pag endnote ang i-click mo, sa pinakadulo na page po lalabas. At hindi siya Arabic number, kundi Roman numerals. Okay? Like for example, dito yung second endnote mo, insert mo na naman. So, lalabas na naman siya doon. Okay? Nakikita nyo ngayon sa inyong screen. So, nag-2 ang Roman numerals. Okay. Lagay ko na naman dito yung cursor ko. Click mo na naman yung endnote mo. So, lalabas 3 Roman numerals. Magkasunod sila. Okay? Pero yung footnote, hindi ganito ang formation niya na magkasunod-sunod. Kung saang page mo siya footnote, doon siya lalabas. Okay? Sa endnotes, sa pinaka-last page of your research na available, doon siya maglalagay ng endnote. So, yun siya. But again, once again, I would like to emphasize na yung purpose ng dalawang ito is to give emphasis, okay, sa mga words, mga difficult lines na ginamit mo for your research just to emphasize something. Kung, like for example, nakulangan ka ng explanation at hindi mo na pwedeng pahabain kasi of course, Hindi healthy na ang introduction mo ay umabot ng 10 pages for example. And that is reality. Hindi talaga pwedeng umabot ng ganyang kadaming number of pages ang introduction mo pa lang. So that is the reason why ang ibang mga researchers or using actually the MLA style, you are going to use the endnote. But using the endnote and the footnote is not only limited on the part of the MLA format, okay? That can also be applied in the EPA format. So, yun siya. So, pero yun ang gagawin natin ha. That's how we have to apply the endnote and the footnote in research. So now let's proceed with our discussion with appendix. Okay? The title page bears only the centered word appendix or appendices. Okay, makikita nyo ngayon sa inyong screen ang spelling nito. Page numbers are continuous with the text. The appendix contains material which is of interest to the reader but not an integral part of the report. Intindihin natin mabuti ito, baka maguluhan kayo. Firstly, ang atin pong appendices is nakalagay siya, although una natin siyang minention, pero actually sa format ng table of contents and sa arrangement of your papers, dapat mas nauna si references bago mo makita or ilagay si appendix. Okay, yan talaga ang kanilang formation. Yan ang kanilang setup or arrangement. So basically, diniscuss ko na sa inyo ito na pag nag-start tayo ng Arabic numbers sa chapter 1 in the introduction, tuloy-tuloy na yan hanggang sa ating appendix area. Okay, so basically, ganun yung point. Pero nakalagay dito, contains material which is of interest to the reader but not an integral part of the report. Baka maguluhan kayo ha. Ibig sabihin, pag sinabi nating but not an integral part of the report, wala siyang kinalaman doon sa data na nag-gather mo, wala siyang kinalaman doon sa conclusion na come up mo sa yung research and everything else about your research. Wala siyang kinalaman doon. Okay, the information of your research. But how you conducted your research, evidences, telling to the people na ito ang pamamaraan mo sa pagkandak. This is how the process bago mo na communicate ang iyong mga participants. So, dito mo yan makikita sa appendix. Okay? Kasi dito sa appendix kasi, dahil dito sa appendix makikita mo, for example, yan sa inyong screen, letter of request for the conduct of the study. For example, okay, so yan ang appendix A mo. So, another one, meron din tayong parents' consent. Okay? Mga patunay ito na there is a due process, okay, or legal ang pag-conduct mo sa iyong research kasi meron kang mga consent coming from the parents and you also have the consent to your participants, no, kung bakit successfully you conducted your research paper. So, eto po yung mga laman ng ating appendices. So, for today's video, hindi ko muna i-discuss sa inyo ang pinaka-detailed talaga na discussion nito, paano ito gawin. We should not correct something kung ano yung nakikita nyo ngayon sa inyong screen because ang point ko ngayon is i-emphasize sa inyo that if we are going to talk about the body of the research, these are the things that we need to consider. Itong mga dinidiscuss ko sa inyo ngayon. So basically, that's the point, no? Pag sinabi nating very important to the interest of the readers but not an integral part of the report. Okay, yun ang ibig kong sabihin sa inyo. There's no connection with the kind of findings you have in your research paper, but as how you conducted your research, that is actually the purpose of our appendices. So now let's proceed our discussion on the last part, talking about the body of the research, which is the references. Okay, diniscuss ko sa inyo ito kung paano gawin, but huwag nyo munang i-correct as I said to you kung ano yung nakikita nyo ngayon sa screen. This is just only an example. So, as I said to you a while ago, ang references ay comes first before the appendices. Siya talaga yung mas nauna. So, anong ibig sabihin ng references? Let us read the definition. Thesis should include a list of literature cited consisting of references to original literature relevant to the area of inquiry. Okay? It must include, but is not limited to, all works cited in the text. Students should follow the approved style for the format. Works cited or reference list page numbers are continuous with the text. So, in-emphasize na naman on the last portion sa ating statement na kasali ito, okay, sa sunod-sunod or the consecutive numbering of your pages once you started in the introduction, okay? So, dito sa ating example ngayon, makikita ninyo, hindi siya nalagyan ng page number. So, let's correct, okay? Let's correct ourselves kasi dapat sa references ay meron siyang page number, okay? Consecutively from the one we started in the introduction part, okay? So once again, talking about references, ito yung mga list of materials or resources na ginamit mo sa iyong research. Meron tayong actual explanation on this one. Ibibigay ko sa inyo ang mga details. But actually, I already have videos on this kung paano natin siya i-perform. Kasi nakikita nyo ngayon sa inyong screen, this is not the correct one. Okay, may mga changes tayong dapat gawin. How we have to deal with the title of the book that we are using. For example, although sa nakikita nyo ngayon, naka-arrange na siya alphabetically, correct na yan. Kasi dapat, etong tinuturo ko sa inyo sa cursor, yan. So, correct yan because surname and na-arrange din siya alphabetically if you observe this one. Okay? And then, nagkaroon na rin siya ng indentation kasi dapat naka-indent yung second spacing natin. Okay? So, let's verify kasi other resources, they would say na dapat talaga, even ang ating references, naka-double space. But we just have to check that one kung ano nga ba ang proper way because according to the APA format, it should be naka-single space lamang ang ating references. We just have to take a look and check about that. If you know and if you have your valid source with your claim also, you can comment below and correct something from our discussion for this morning. So basically, the references is part of the body of the research that we have to take note upon checking the final copy of our research. So for this morning, I would like to recapitulate that I discussed to you about the margins, the line spacing, the indentations, endnotes, appendix, and references. So that will be all for this morning. I hope you learned something from this video and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else that you think na ngailangan ng video na ito. Asahan niyo po that Sir Job TV will continue to discuss more meaningful discussions, especially in the world of social sciences. Thank you once again for watching. Bye-bye!